welcome to your love reading for the month of November, and of course any other time that you're guided to watch, as the intention of my messages is always to be timeless. This reading is for all Pisces placements, but if for some reason if this reading doesn't resonate for you, please don't forget to check out your other placements, and also keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate, so please only take what does and leave what doesn't. And also for love readings, if you feel guided to cross watch, you're more than welcome to do so. And before we get into this reading, I'd also like to quickly mention that if you ever want to get a reading with me, all of my information is in the description box below. You can book your reading straight through my Etsy shop. But without further ado, let's get started here. So today we're going to be tapping into the energy of you and the person that you're connected with. My intention is for it to be romantic. However, if you feel that any other type of relationship comes forward, then please take it as it resonates for you. I'm going to be tapping into the energy of you on the right and your person on the left. However, feel free to reverse the roles if you feel that the energy is switched. So definitely use your intuition to guide you in that way. I'm going to start by tapping into the energy of this connection, and then we'll move into what the challenges are between the two of you, how you're both feeling towards one another, and what you both want out of this. And then we'll finish it off with a oracle card. All right, so let's get started here and see what's going on with the union. All right, so let's see. For the union, we have bound. So there could be some codependencies in this connection. Fear of letting go, perhaps. We have received for the person on the left. You on the right, we have barrier. So I'm already feeling that there is a lot of resistance here. We have crossroads. Union, fear, and one more for the person on the right. Family. Then at the bottom of the deck we have divine timing. Alright, so it definitely seems that this connection is being tested in some way, shape, or form. Okay, with bound right here, some of you could be stuck in a toxic relationship and having quite trouble getting out of this relationship. Okay, it definitely feels like family is a huge factor here with this card over here, and it seems like the person on the right, whether this is you or them, this person definitely wants to keep things as they are for the sake of the family. Okay, and this person over here has a lot of fear. This person is caught in a crossroads. This person I feel like they definitely received a message from their higher self here as to what they need to do, because I feel that in the past they didn't know what to do at all, but now they're getting more awareness within themselves as to what's the best way to go about this situation in terms of what's best for the both of you involved here. I really do feel like a lot of it is just letting go of each other, but I do see that a lot would be at stake too because of that. With crossroads, it does feel like this person is considering starting their own life and starting brand new, starting fresh, but fear stops them. I think this person lives in their comfort zone a lot of the time, so they're living in the fear of their own shadow, really. Like they really have no one to be scared of except their own shadow that limits them. The only enemy this person has is their own mind that doesn't allow them to really just take those leaps of faith, those risks that would ultimately help them move to a better phase in their life. It seems like the both of you definitely have that in common with this bound card. I just feel like there's so much fear, so many limitations, so much just feeling codependent towards one another. I feel like you guys may not know what it's like to be single or what it's like to really do things on your own. Yeah, it feels like maybe you've never been single in your life, or you struggle with being single and you always kind of attached to the next person, the next relationship. And it seems that you or this person over here really cares about family, really cares about keeping appearances I feel with this barrier, okay? Because the barrier to me is like, you know, sweeping things under the rug, not showing everyone what's going on in the inside of the house. You know, it's like you're just showing what's on the outside. So I do feel like this person over here, whether it's you or them, I do feel like you hide a lot about how you feel. You act like everything is okay when it's not, when you're hurting inside. Okay, so there's this barrier here. There's this form of protection, this defense mechanism to keep things together, to keep appearances together with family and union. Okay, I feel like this person still wants to be in this relationship for the sake of the family. Okay, but with barrier, there's so many things being tucked away and hidden and shoved away so as to not face them. Okay, whether it's this person's shadows as well. I definitely feel like there's just a lot of shadows here, a lot of codependency, and just feeling stuck in this energy. Okay, so we'll see what's going on. But so far it does feel dark, it does feel heavy, so let's brace ourselves. Yeah, we'll see what comes forward. And then yeah, we have divine timing over here. So that's why I feel like this connection is definitely being tested right now. Every time I see divine timing or something with patience, it usually tells me that the connection or the situation is being tested by time. All right, so let's go ahead and see what the challenges are, how you're both feeling, and what you both want out of this. All right, we have Page of Pentacles for this person's challenge. Ace of Cups for your challenge. How they're feeling is the High Priestess in the reverse. Actually, that's supposed to be in the upright because I remember that it was in the reverse last time I used this deck, so I don't think I flipped it in the right direction. Ace of Swords for your feelings. This person's desire is the Fool. Yeah, exactly. Your desire is the Three of Swords and the Moon. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. Again, another energy of time, of patience here with the Seven of Pentacles. This is all about waiting for your seeds to grow, right? It's about setting the intention and waiting for it to manifest and come into fruition. So I do feel like this connection, you've been waiting for something here. You or them, but one of you has been waiting for things to just slowly blossom, slowly come into fruition. Whether that's a truth coming out or something of that nature, or waiting for this person to get better, waiting for things to get better. But there's definitely an energy of waiting here with that Seven of Pentacles. So let's see what this is about. Someone's favorite color could be green, or you have like a lot of plants in your house. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, someone is waiting for an emotional expression, a heart chakra awakening, for more love to be present in this relationship. We have King of Cups over here as well. So we have the King and the Queen of Cups. I feel like that's the both of you. I feel like there was a lot of love in this connection once upon a time. You guys really understood each other on an emotional level. But I think that's as far as it went. I think when it comes to anything outside of love, there's a lot of things lacking in this relationship. Like maybe you guys struggle to motivate each other. You guys struggle to do earthly things, to be more grounded. But it seems like you both are in the ethers, is kind of what I feel here with the King and the Queen of Cups. Very much kind of in your own little world, in your own little bubble. And it feels sheltered in that way. Maybe you guys don't get out often, don't really hang out with a lot of people. It's just you two. You both could be water signs with the King and the Queen of Cups here. Okay, but I feel like someone is waiting for things to go back to how they used to be. Maybe in the beginning when you guys just got together, things were very effortless. You didn't have to try so hard. And I feel like someone's waiting for things to just kind of go back to that, to when things were simple. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news. It does not seem like things are ever going to go back to that, because it's not really meant to go back to that. I feel like you guys are um, stunting each other's growth. And I feel like the only way you and this person would grow would be to ultimately just let each other go in your own direction. Okay, because with that devil card with bound, it just feels like you guys feel bound to each other. But it doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't. Okay, so I feel with the King and the Queen of Cups, the reason you guys made it work for such a long time and why you guys connected on such a spiritual level, it's because you guys understand each other emotionally. Like, you guys get each other emotionally. So that's just something you feel like I'll never find with anyone else. And that's kind of what keeps you guys emotionally tied to each other, because you feel like you'll never find this again. Okay, this could also just be, though, that there's just, if like leaving each other isn't an answer, or like it's just like you don't want to leave this person, because I do feel like there's a lot of years here, like a really strong family knit here. So if that's not the case, that's resonating for you, I just feel like with this bound energy, there's something going on with each other individually that is just stopping both of you from growing. So you guys really have to figure out what that is, so you guys can up level and transform and continue to grow. Because right now things just feel at a standstill. Nothing's really happening. Nothing's really moving. If you feel stuck, there's something you really need to reflect on and work on. Okay. So your challenge is the Ace of Cups over here. So this is what I'm saying. I feel like with that barrier card, you sort of have put some walls up. I don't see you as emotionally invested in this person as much as you used to be before. Especially if this person did something where you don't really trust them, is kind of what I feel here with the moon. Or you just don't see them as you used to, or you're just really starting to question this person, or more so yourself. And by questioning yourself and your motives and your morals and all that, it's going to make you reflect on those around you too, right? So with this Ace of Cups here, I feel like there's been like an emotional disconnect here between the two of you. And with that Ace of Swords, I feel like you might even cut this person off. That's why there's that barrier. Three of Swords, yeah, Ace of Cups, Three of Swords. Some of you have already broken up big time. We have Three of Swords twice over here. And then the Six of Cups. It did hurt, though. Whoever's doing the breaking up or whoever ended this, it is going to hurt them, because they know that there is a lot here. You guys have known each other for a long time. You guys share a very strong soulmate connection, even past life connection for some. And that's what made it so hard to really move on from this. And I feel like this could have been definitely one of those spiritual connections that was meant to be put in your life to teach you something and help you elevate to the next level. But it did hurt. It was painful. I feel like you had a lot of love for this person, or they had a lot of love for you, but through time it felt like you guys were hurting each other more than actually helping each other. And that's ultimately the reason why you guys decided to end things, or are about to end things, because it just seems like you guys are hurting each other more than actually benefiting from each other. Yeah, so whoever does the breaking up, it was just kind of like they just decided to rip the band-aid off, even though it was hard for them too. Because with that bound energy, it just feels like you guys were so invested in each other that it took such a long time to really like detox from each other, you know? And maybe you're already going through your detox, and it's gonna be hard, but it will be worth it. It will be rewarding. All right, this person's challenge is the Page of Pentacles. So with the Page of Pentacles, I do feel like there was a little bit of hesitance with this person over here. I feel like maybe they weren't willing to compromise. They weren't willing to really work on themselves. There could have been a little bit of immaturity in that sense, but it's not to this person's fault. It's not their fault. They just didn't know any better. I feel like this person just wasn't ready to up level. They weren't ready for that next step up. You know, they were still learning. I feel like this person was still learning, and they still needed more time to learn and grow. And that could have been where there was a disconnect. Maybe you were moving faster than they were, and they were kind of still falling behind. And that's when you realized we're not in the same timeline anymore. We're not on the same wavelength, and we need to do something about this, because otherwise you're going to hold me back, and I'm going to resent you for that. So it's really not this person's fault. They're just in their own timeline. I feel like they still have a lot to learn, and they're still learning. Things are not, things are not as easily grasped in this person. I feel like this is someone who has to study over and over again until it sticks in their brain, because it takes longer for this person to really get it. We have the Sun card. Yeah, this person is still working on their happiness. They're still working on finding out what makes them happy, what lights them up inside. This person still has a long way to go. We have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, that's why I totally said that someone was unwilling to compromise. And here it is with the Three of Pentacles. This person had trouble compromising because they still didn't know what happiness looked like for them. So they couldn't bring a guideline or a list of things that they wanted out of this relationship, because they simply just didn't know, right? They're so limited by their fears and doubts, whatever keeps this person up at night. But with that Sun card and Three of Pentacles, it's like this person was stubborn, and they were quote unquote immature to not compromise with you, because they just didn't know what to bring to the table. They're still finding themselves. They're still learning. They're still searching for their happiness, what lights them up inside. This person may even struggle with finding a purpose in life. Like, they may not even know what they're doing on this earth, like what they're here for. You know, some people do. Some people get it. They wake up to their truth and they know what they have to do. But I feel like this person is still figuring that out, and that could have been where there was this disconnect. It's like you guys just were not on the same page anymore. All right, how you're feeling is the Ace of Swords. So yeah, this is where that truth came out. I feel like you are the one who's gonna call it quits here, or at least bring this truth out. But with that Ace of Swords, I feel like you're gonna cut this person off, or vice versa. It could be flipped. Okay, please take it as it resonates. But yeah, I feel like whoever's over here is pretty much done here. They're pretty much done. Like, there's really not much else to say. They've said their truth. They've laid it all on the table, or they're about to, or they have, or they're going to. But at least this person's going to be honest with you. They're not going to, like, break up with you and tell you, you know, like, they're not going to beat around the bush. This person's going to be very straightforward. And I feel like you're going to appreciate that, because this person isn't going to lie to you or anything. Seven of Wands. There's that barrier again. Yeah. Then we have the Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck over here. So yeah, this person has thought about this for a long time. This has been on this person's mind for a long time with the Hanged Man there. They've been trying to see things from a different perspective. They put themselves in your shoes, in that person's shoes. Like, this person has really done a lot of thinking, a lot of perspective shifts of, you know, trying to figure out what's the best thing here, weighing the pros and cons. They really tried. And with the Seven of Wands, I feel like they really fought for this in a way too. They really tried to make this work, but ultimately they finally dropped their weapons. They finally started to surrender and not create so much resistance in their life. Because I feel that if you both are trying to make this work, when it's like the odds are against you and the universe is telling you this isn't working, or if challenges keep rising because of you guys still making something work when it's not meant to work, that's your key to let things go. When challenges arise over and over again, it's because it's not meant to happen. Okay, so with the Seven of Wands, I do feel like you fought for this. You fought for this for as long as you could. And I think that's why you're able to walk away guilt-free, because you can say that I tried really hard and the world was against me, and the world showed me that this can't happen. This is not good for us. And I think you finally had that realization, and that truth came in, and it all made sense to you. All right, how this person is feeling over here is the High Priestess. So this person could feel like you're keeping the secret from them, that you're not being honest with them about something. Or they could read you like a book. Let's see. Oh. Okay, we have the Star coming out. Okay, Five of Cups and the Ace of Swords. They also have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, as much as it's going to hurt them, like I said, they appreciate the honesty. With the Five of Cups and the Ace of Swords, the High Priestess. I feel like this person already intuitively knows that you're about to break up with them. They already feel it coming. They already feel this truth bomb coming. And they know it's going to hurt. But with this Star card, yeah, I feel like they appreciate you for at least being honest with them and not finding out from another person or being blindsided by it. And yeah, this person is also intuitive. But like I said, you both are showing up here as a King and Queen of Cups, so that makes sense that you're both intuitive. But yeah, the truth is going to hurt them, but they're at least grateful that you didn't beat around the bush, that you were just honest with them. And yeah, it hurts, it's painful. But they also know that it's necessary. I feel like with the High Priestess, that's also their intuition telling them that this is what's best for you. And with the Star card, I'm also sensing this sense of liberation, of freedom, of finding myself again from this person. I feel like they are aware too that you're both better off, because they're going to feel liberated when the cords are finally cut here with the Star card. I feel like this person is going to start tapping into themselves again and feeling really powerful in being single and independent, working on healing themselves, putting themselves back on the spotlight if they haven't been doing that. If this person's been shunning themselves away, like feeling really like antisocial or lethargic, I feel like this connection breakup, if you guys do end up calling it quits here, I feel like this person's going to find themselves again just as much. So I don't feel like there's any animosity here. I feel like there's a very strong mutual understanding, right? With that King and Queen of Cups too, like I said, you guys have a very strong sense of emotional understanding within one another. And I think that emotional understanding is kind of what created the attachment towards one another, because you really felt that you would never be able to find that with anyone else. So when you guys both started feeling that this connection isn't serving you anymore, you both started to feel that what's best here is to really go our separate ways and not make it any more difficult than it needs to be. So there's just like a very strong sense of emotional understanding here. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles in the bottom of the deck over here too. So this person, in their perspective, in their way, in what they're capable of doing, they definitely try to make things work. You may not see that, or you may not feel that they did, but really they tried their best in the way that they could. To the best of their ability, they tried their best with this Eight of Pentacles. But it may not look like it to you, because maybe you're just like at a different level. So your best is very different from this person's best. But I do feel like they did try to. It just was more clear to them that they needed to work on themselves and find their own happiness, instead of trying to make something work with you where they would be neglecting themselves. Okay, so your desire for this connection is the Moon and the Three of Swords. So yeah, again, I feel like you are going to be the one to call it quits here. With the Moon, this does tells me that you are going to be a little bit hesitant about this. You are going to fear this change. You are scared to hurt this person. You don't want to scare this person. So with the Moon card, I feel like you've been dwelling on this for quite some time, or you're going to dwell on it for a little bit longer, just to really, really make sure that you're making the right choice. Because I feel like you're scared, for example, to break up with this person and then a few days later just realize that you made the biggest mistake, or that maybe you shouldn't have done that. So there is a fear here around this breakup, around the separation, that you might feel like weeks down the road that you made a huge mistake. So I feel like you're just hoping that when you do call it quits, that it's the right decision and that you won't regret it. I feel like you have a fear of regret here. Because I think you're just really scared of hurting this person. Okay, we have the Three of Wands in the reverse falling out. Bottom of the deck is a Fool. Yeah, you fear the unknown because you can't see it. You're not able to see the future just yet. You can't envision it. It's still not really like being given to you. I feel like you're not going to really start to get those intuitive downloads until you really call it quits with this person and just move on and wait a few days or weeks. But with this Three of Wands in the reverse, I just feel like you fear it because you can't see it. You can't see what's on the other side. But that's why it's called the leap of faith. That's why it's called the risk, because you don't know. But it seems that you're already going to take the leap of faith with the Fool card over here and just ultimately go for it. And that's all you can do, really. Just have faith and trust and hope for everything to work out. But I think your fear mostly is around the fact that you don't know what's going to happen with that Three of Wands. Like, you don't really know what is coming to you. And you fear that you might get bad luck from this or something of that nature. But really, that's just your ego giving you fear and limiting you because it's not how it's actually going to play out. Okay, I see a lot of growth and happiness and freedom and liberation and finding your truth instead of any other thing that you may be seeing or feeling. Okay, this person's desire is the Fool. So I actually love this for this person's energy because I feel like they understand that it's best for the both of you to go your separate ways. They also want to take this leap of faith. They're also ready for this new chapter, this new beginning in their life. This person is ready to start fresh, start new. Because they're starting to understand that by letting each other go, you're actually going to be giving yourselves back to yourselves. You know what I mean? Instead of when you're in a codependent relationship, you were neglecting yourselves. I do get like this person could be younger than you. I do feel like they have like a very wholesome, innocent spirit. Like this person still has a lot to learn. They could be a really young soul. Nine of Cups. Seven of Cups. And then bottom of the deck we have the Fool still. Yeah, so this person with the Nine of Cups wants their wishes to come true. They want to be happy. They want to be content with themselves. This person wants to find happiness in their own way. I don't think this person's ever really known what it's like to be single. And for the first time, they're ready to dive into that. They're ready to discover that. Seven of Cups, there is a little bit of confusion around this person, a little bit of temptation here as to perhaps if they are like a relationship person, they could be tempted to just like hop from one relationship to another. But with the Nine of Cups, they're starting to really understand that they don't need anyone else. And they're wanting that. They want to find happiness within their own selves. This person could be inspired by people who are single and they see themselves happy. I feel like this person really wants to find that. But then Seven of Cups, they are going to feel a little bit out of place for some time though. I feel like this person is very intuitive, very like dreamy. This person could have like a rich inner world, very introverted too, and I feel like they're kind of scared into falling into a fantasy of their own that they create. So I feel like they could be escaping in that way by coping from this breakup. So yeah, this is interesting with the Seven of Cups and Nine of Cups. There could be substances involved here, like drinking to like forget about you. But really, it's just a coping mechanism. I don't think it'll be like an addiction or anything. I think it's just their way of trying to get over you and trying to find the zest in life again. Alright, Pisces, so that is what I have for you with the tarot. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let's go ahead and get your final message here from the Messages of Love. Trust. It is safe to trust in the situation. Exactly. I feel that this message goes in many directions. It's definitely about just trusting that if you are making the decision to ultimately end things with this person, that it's okay to trust in that. Whatever is happening between you guys and whatever your intuition is telling you, just trust it, because it's okay to trust in what you are feeling. And I definitely feel like you're both very intuitive, so your intuition is telling you what to do, so just trust it. Don't make it more difficult than it needs to be. Bottom of the deck is obstacles, unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. Exactly. This is what kept you guys stuck to each other with this bound energy. There is a lot of unhealed wounds here. And I feel that this relationship was brought into your life to address those unhealed wounds, to trigger that out of one another, and to show you that unless you guys are both willing to heal these wounds, there will be no forward movement. So maybe you both are capable of healing these wounds in this relationship. Then that will help remove these blockages and open the pathways into this relationship actually finding peace and happiness. But if you're feeling also that by removing yourself from the situation that's going to be your way of healing from this, then that's fine too. But take it as it resonates, because I wasn't really getting so much about like who's going to break up with who, and like what's like how many years have you guys been together, like if it's a good idea to break up. So please, you guys know your situation better than I do, so just take it as resonates, because I definitely feel for some groups of people there is a potential of this connection actually being able to move forward if you're both willing to heal those wounds. However, if it's a one-sided situation, then that's not going to work. Okay, so that's just kind of what I'm seeing here for you guys. So I did take longer in getting these readings out for the water signs and the earth signs, so it's my way of saying thank you for your patience. I am going to get out just like one final card here. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I just got the intuitive download to do it, so why not? Alright, this says power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. Exactly. So there you have it. Alright, Pisces, so that is what I have for you. At the bottom of the deck, actually, we have embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. Alright, so there is a lot of love here, and just a lot of wise decisions that you're both going to have to do in this situation. Alright, Pisces, but for now, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell button so you receive notifications when I post again. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in your next reading.